Alright, here's my juvenile G. pulchra, Gracie. She is I'd say 3 inches or so. She's been doing very well. As you can see, she's got a pretty good old sized butt. She hasn't, I've had her for a couple years now. Yeah, I'd say at least a year and a half. And she hasn't, I think she molted once a little bit after I first got her, and she hasn't molted since. So hopefully she's going to be in pre-molt here soon and molt for me. So I can see some, our colors are, as you can tell, starting to get kind of dull. But she's awesome. She's gorgeous. I was super lucky to get this girl. She's been doing fantastic. Alright, here we have Stella, my Euthala species red, one of my Euthala species red, being a goober. I just gave her some water, and it was a little bit too dry in here, and sprayed a little bit of moss. I kind of stuck on top of her little cave there, her little cork bark, and she doesn't like it very much, but it's for her own good. So I would say she is pretty much the 3-inch mark. I would say she's just about full grown, honestly. These is a dwarf species. They don't get very big, but they're super cute, super docile, which is why they are definitely probably my favorite of all the genuses, just because they're so, they're black with that little orangish reddish butt, and it's just super cute. And so yeah, she eats like a horse, even though she's pretty sweet. I've never seen any hair kicking, any thrift watchers, anything from any of these 2 girls I have. They're definitely my favorite. But she definitely slaughters some crickets, which is always nice. Alright, this is my Paraphysa. As you can see, from the last video, she dug out even more of this substrate here underneath her little piece of cork bark there. Just a piece with moss glued to the top, and I just kind of glued it to the side. So yeah, once again, she dug out some more. She of course filled her water dish, which I pretty much I will refill it again, but I know in a day or two she's just gonna throw more dirt on top of there. So I would say, yeah, she's easily 3.5 inches. She has quite a big old booty. Once again, these teas of this size I only feed maybe every week and a half to every 2 weeks. My little tinier slings that I showed earlier, I try to feed pretty much at least every week. So, but other than that, she's been doing well. So I'm just going to give her a little bit of water, get that substrate out of her dish there, and spray a little bit to keep the humidity up since it's still dry in the house. Other than that, she's doing good. Alright. Alright, well this tea, if you've watched any of my other videos before, should need no introduction. This is my LP, Lucy. She's definitely easily 6 inches. She has a big old booty, and she eats like a pig, as I'm sure you've seen before. She is not molted in my care, and I've been checking, every week, and she's not in pre-molt yet. But she still eats like a pig, and she's been doing very well. LPs are definitely one of my favorites, just because they're so awesome looking, and they get pretty freaking huge. And I don't know, they just have a certain kind of attitude or way about them that I don't know, I've always found pretty funny and pretty cool. Alright, well this tea also needs no introduction. This is my easily 4-inch plus A. geniculata. This is Annabelle. She has a big old booty on her. I'm going to have to start giving her, instead of giving her 2 or 3 crickets, I'm going to have to start giving her 1 or 2. She's got quite the big old booty on her. Sorry about that. But she's looking pretty gorgeous. Her colors are starting to get a little bit faded now. Her abdomen does not look too dark. I don't think she's in pre-molt yet, but hopefully within the next couple months she'll be good to go and molt for me. She has obviously a ridiculous feeding response, which is why I'm not popping open the little top here of this, because she likes to sit right up here on this leaf. So, alright, sweet. Alright, next up is my B. Bomi. I would say easily 4.5 inches. Michaela. She's always flicky and skittish, as most of B. Bomis are. She eats pretty well. Her butt's a little bit small, but I usually give her 2 crickets every 2 weeks. So maybe I'll give her 3 this next time. Sometimes I give her 3. But yeah, a lot of times she just pretty much chills out in the open. I don't really ever see him go in that little piece of cork cave there, cork bar cave there. She just pretty much hangs out here on top. And I would definitely recommend one of these as a must-have, just because they're just so cool looking. Well, this is my C. darlingi enclosure, and she has molted. I would say now, let's see, she's probably about an inch and a half with that molt, just kind of looking at it. So I would say she's got to be close to 2 inches now. And she's looking fantastic. I'm sorry if you guys can't see that very well. So you can see she pretty much made a huge thing of tunnels here, which this genus is known to do. And she's webbed it all up completely. Alright, here's my other Euthalis species red, Sophie or Sophia. She's pretty much always hangs out underneath this little cave here. Once it gets warmer in here, she'll be pretty much, just about every night, she'll be crawling the top of here, trying to get out. And I usually just pop off the top here, and she crawls right onto my hand. She's absolutely my favorite girl. She's super cute, super laid back, and she still eats like a pig. And so she's been doing very well. Alright, and the last T here I'm going to show you guys for this tour video is the actual second tarantula I got. She is 5, I would say easily close to 5 inches. Pretty bulky. A sex female, pink zebra beauty. She used to be super relaxed and laid back. She would crawl up on the side of the tank here, and you know, I let her crawl out of my hand. But ever since she molted about a year and a half ago, she's pretty much a scaredy cat. So she pretty much just chills in her cave all the time. Other than that, she's super sweet. She eats, you know, like a horse. So this is just a little like 5.5 gallon tank that I got when I got her years ago. And once again, I just kind of try to fill the water dish there. It usually evaporates pretty quickly right now, but I just kind of keep some moss there on the side and just spray that and kind of fill that every couple days. And she comes out at night. She kind of crawls around. It's weird. She'll be in her cave like this for 2 months, and then for a week she'll come out and she'll be just climbing all over the place and hanging out. She'll sit on top of her little cave there for, you know, a while, a day or two, and then you know, after that she's like, all right, well, I've had enough of this. So she'll go right back in her cave, and then she'll just be only coming out, you know, to try to grab food, or at night, you know, very rarely. But most of the time she's pretty much in there all the time. Sometimes she'll just go sit right here, right in front. But other than that, she just likes to chill in her cave. Just want to kind of go through here. These are some of the little sling enclosures I use. There's that one right there, which you can get from like Michael's or any little like kind of hobby shop. And those were actually just Dale or Knight gave me those one time I was over at his place, and I was needing to get some stuff, and he has tons of it, so he just gave me some. So we have that is always a good option for any burrowing, you know, half inch or so, maybe even 3/4 of a burrowing, you know, slings that you have. Then we have these little ones here, which I got actually at the expo. Okay, and then we have the pill jars once again, and then here we have the little tubs from like Dollar Tree or something like that. So any of these 4 type things here are going to be very good for your slings up to probably easily 2 inches like that. And then I use like this one back here, which is a deep one, like a little deli container for the burrowing species. So just want to say one quick message. I just want to say thanks to all of you newly subscribers. I really appreciate it. You know, I'm going to try to do my best to bring, you know, the best videos for you guys that I possibly can. I also want to say thanks to Nick Johns for putting that feeding video up for me. That was absolutely awesome. Really made my day. And you know, means a lot to me. If there's anything you want to see, as far as, you know, certain teas a little bit more in depth, discuss their personalities, humidity, you know, setup, any stuff like that, please, you know, feel free to ask me. I'm always happy to help anybody out. And as always, thanks again for watching, and I'll talk to you guys soon.